Hello, my name is Tyler. I am a bro host of the BroCo Podcast.
And I'm Adam, and I'm the other bro host of the BroCo Podcast.
And today we're going to be talking about exactly what we want to do with this podcast, where it's going, so you guys have kind of an idea of what we're looking at, as well as some of our background. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. My name is Tyler, like I said, and I am a student at the University of Nebraska, Omaha, studying accounting and finance. And I work for a company here locally called Kinsler Brown. I'm a tax pro, and right now in the off season, I'm piloting a new initiative where we're in a partnership with a company called Selectel Wireless, doing the ACP phones, which is free government phones and service for individuals on government assistance. So that's pretty cool. And I'm also
really cool.
It is. It's very unique, especially for the industry that we're in. It's kind of a unique direction. And then I'm also a top competitor in a competition called Find the Why. We'll get more into that probably in some later episodes.
It's a great program.
Absolutely. I think that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, so I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Adam, and I work as a field sales representative for Emerson, selling their instrumentation products. And I've been doing that for about 20 years in the process instrumentation industry. I don't have as many cool things as this guy over here. But, I try to keep it real, so
yeah. That's kind of the spirit, what we're going for. We want these to be real conversations. We would love it if you guys would get, kind of into it as well, whether that's commenting, sending us messages, whatever it might be. We're very open to communicating with our supporters and our listeners. And some of the things that we kind of want to go over as far as the podcast goes, we have a mission statement. We also have a vision statement.
So our mission is to educate and promote valuable insights and concepts using fun and interactive conversations for the everyday listener to enjoy and implement in their lives. So we want to try and help you get some useful nuggets of data out of this and ideas. But we also want to have fun. I'm all about having fun. And we want you guys to enjoy this, because we're doing this for you guys and we're doing it for us.
Right. Yeah. So that's our mission. And now our vision is to positively impact our lives, the lives of our listeners and supporters, and the lives of our community by providing educational ideas, insights, and stories from real experience and perspective that promote the idea of a more fulfilled lifestyle. That's kind of like and then our tagline is to think big and dream big. It's kind of all over our branding.
Yeah, talk about how you kind of came up with a lot of that. So
the idea, I want to be an inspiration to, all the people who are in that younger generation who kind of are stuck in those jobs that maybe they don't feel like they're fulfilling their purpose, and maybe people look down on them because they're so young, and everybody thinks they're naive, and that's just not the case at all. We have a lot of skills and a lot of talent. Even if it's as simple as, hey, what I do all day is I scroll through TikTok. Well, guess what? You probably know better than 90% of the people running those companies who are trying to use TikTok to promote their products, which makes you valuable to them. And a lot of people probably don't know that because they think, oh, I'm just scrolling through social media. But there's actually a lot of value in TikTok because a lot of companies are trying to implement that in their marketing strategy. I want to be an inspiration to my peers and also to the people who are, in the older generations, because, even those people, you might go to work every day and you're just trying to get by with the bills. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to help you turn that getting by with the bills into creating wealth and creating purpose for yourself and growing, so that now you're actually building something with it and getting somewhere with it.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, I think thinking big and dreaming big, this podcast is a big part of that right here. It's like, when we threw this idea around, what was it, 1 or 2 years ago, we were thinking really big and dreaming big, and here we are, we're doing it. Maybe we're not experts, but we definitely are going to learn along the way and figure it out. And if you're feeling stuck in life, this just goes to show that you always have something that you can do, some value you can provide, and move yourself ahead personally and professionally. And that's what we're trying to do.
Right. So, that's kind of our basis for creating this podcast. Let's go through some things that we're planning on talking about here in the next couple of months. We have episode 1 that's coming out. We're recording that episode right after this one. That will be coming out on the same day, so you guys will already have access to that by the time this drops. That episode is going to be about you yourself being like a business and running your life like it's a business.
Yep.
Which is a very important part of really creating the wealth that you're looking for and creating the purpose that you're looking for. But even if you don't own your own business, your life is still similarly to a business, and we'll get into that more in that episode.
Yep.
Some other things that we're thinking about talking about is small business and startup tips, entrepreneurship things,
and employee development,
investing and saving. So we kind of talked about that a little bit, building wealth and things like that. It's important for you guys to understand, by no means are we financial experts. However, we enjoy speaking about financial topics between the two of us. Sometimes we'll go on for hours.
Yeah, and believe me, I've had some wins and I've had some losses, and we'll talk about both. We're definitely not financial advisors, but there's probably something that you can learn or get an idea on from us that we've done or tried or thought about trying. And there's even a lot of things that I didn't know that this guy over here recently taught me. So I'm pretty excited, since he's kind of focusing on the financial side of things for his college degree, that he's going to educate me even better than what I already am.
Right.
Potential and advancement opportunities as far as career is concerned is another one.
Youth workforce development. So that's going to kind of tie into what I was talking about with those competitions that I do. By the time this drops, I will have actually just done a competition, because we have one from September 25th through the 29th. It's going to be done by the time we get this episode out. But the next one, I will definitely keep you guys updated on that, in case we do have any parents or any students that are watching that might be interested in that opportunity.
Road to Six Figure series, that we're talking about doing a series around that particular topic. Right now, it's just an idea, but we're going to look to refine that. And by the way, if you guys have any ideas of things that we're not talking about that you think we should talk about or cover, we'd be open to hearing those and looking at those and seeing what we can come up with on those. So this is definitely a work in progress.
Right.
And like Tyler said, we want it to be somewhat interactive, so that we're addressing your needs, and we're going to grow too if we can learn about that and get a better understanding on those topics as well.
A couple of other ones here: staying focused and out of the funk. I know that was one of yours that you had come up with.
Yep.
Learn to be selfish, but also learn to be humble. So that's going to be kind of an interesting one.
Being intentional, that was one of your big ones. You take for granted sometimes. You're not thinking about things about how you can be more intentional in life and in business and in your career. One of my favorite ones is live life by example. I think that's a really, really important thing. So that's one I'm really excited about.
Diversifying in your life.
It's right on the bottom. We almost missed it.
Right. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's kind of the concept behind that one.
Time management. Boy, this is one that I really hate, but boy, I really need to to really focus on time management. And
I think it's a weakness for both of us.
yeah, for sure. And, networking, that's
Yep.
a really important one. We just started talking about that topic last Saturday. Every Saturday, when we have our weekly meeting, we try to make a habit of spending like the first 15 minutes or so just brainstorming on topics, like what could we do as a topic and what would fall under that. So our next brainstorm session is going to be around networking.
Right. I think you guys have a pretty good idea of what we're aiming for here. Again, the kind of purpose of this episode is to complement our first episode, our official first episode, and kind of give you guys just an idea of what we're aiming for and what our goals look like. Eventually we do want to create our own merchandise based around our logos. So if that's something you guys are interested in, definitely drop some comments, drop some suggestions. These are things that we're looking into. We want to look to invest in some better equipment, invest in a background. I've already had some people tell me that we need to get a better background.
Microphones
Right.
and lights. We know we need to do this, guys. We're just trying to do baby steps. And like I said, we're learning as we go along and we want to get better and better. So
right.
Over time, if we do start selling stuff and we have extra money, we're talking about maybe using that for good causes, right?
Right.
We had a little bit of conversation about maybe charitable contributions or maybe scholarship type things.
Right.
We're still talking about how that could look and what we might want to do around that.
Yeah, definitely. Just go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Make sure that you do subscribe to our podcast on your podcast platform that you utilize. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. We're on some of those other third-party ones as well. So make sure you subscribe so you can get all the updates and be notified when all our videos come out. We are also on YouTube, so we would appreciate it greatly if you would go on there and subscribe on YouTube as well, so you can actually see us and see what we look like if you're not actually on YouTube right now. So we'll see you guys in the official first episode, and we're very excited for this journey.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right. See you next time.